A rare move in the fight for election integrity. How one Minnesota county rejected electronic poll books. Next. Alan Duff, the chair of the Isanti County Commissioners, is my guest. Alan, thanks so much for being here. Good to see you.
Thank you, Liz. It's an honor to be on your show.
Isanti County, you guys over there recently made the rare decision as commissioners to reject buying e-poll books or poll pads, as they're also called. Not many understand, I think, what e-poll books are and why they're important for election integrity. But let's just start there. What should voters know about these e-poll books?
E-poll rosters is basically a registration system. So when you go to vote, you register your name. A lot of people are familiar with the paper rosters, which is what we have been using and which a lot of counties have used in the past.
But why were they rejected then in Isanti County?
First of all, we have 19 precincts in our county represented by 3 cities and 15, or I think it's 14 townships. And 16 of our 19 precincts were very clear with us that they did not want them in their local townships. The 2 cities, Isanti and Bram, both of them were very clear to us that if we were to choose the e-poll pads, that they would move off the rosters and continue with the paper rosters.
I know this decision wasn't made lightly. Your commissioners took quite some time to do this. What have you heard, though, from constituents? Do they trust Minnesota's election system? I know that you have received a lot of feedback since tackling this topic.
Yes, we have. And no, they don't. A lot of the people that we've spoken to do not trust the election process, primarily for reasons at the federal and the state level. They like the process at a local level where they can see the people they're working with and see the accountability in terms of how they're recording that they're there to vote. And there's just a lot more trust in the system.
So as critics of this technology have said, in theory, without e-poll books, the hackers or bad guys would be forced to guess how many ballots to stuff or bring in. But that's a good question. Did you ever even receive an answer? Why does the Secretary of State need the results before voting ends? I mean, what would the need be for that to have this constant reporting going back and forth from the computer to the state?
We did not formally ask the Secretary of State for his opinion, but that issue came up with a lot of our folks is, who can you trust? I mean, really, in a lot of ways, it boiled down to that. Who can you trust? That did come up as a reasoning is, why do they need to know who's about to vote before they actually do vote? From our perspective, we thought turning in all the votes when we're done at the end of the day would be more safeguarded and would be accurate, and we didn't see a need to have that information before the total votes came in.
On that note, we've done some reporting on some of the questionable remarks that Attorney General Keith Ellison has made in the past. On Election Day in 2020, Ellison posted this on social media, that we don't have all the votes we need. He's also the former vice chair of the Democratic National Committee. But how would anyone know the number of needed votes? The fact that Ellison also removed those comments raised, I think, even more questions and eyebrows. We also reported on how the Anoka County Election Integrity Team, or ACIT as they're called, they've been doing this return to paper-based poll pads. And I know that they came to present to your board as well. Anything that stands out or surprises you in all of this?
No, it was ACIT was a very helpful partner in looking at this. They gave us a lot of good perspectives. From my perspective, I did talk with people that were pro and con for both sides of it, because I wanted to be as best informed on this issue as I could be. And if you look back at our discussion on this important issue, I got the sense all 5 of us commissioners, the other 4, did a phenomenal job in doing a lot of research. We asked our cities and our townships, is there anything suspicious about this? There's a lot of things that I think in general, the public really doesn't trust the election system. And it's kind of really loud at the federal level and state level. And once again, a lot of our people are saying, it's not broke in Isanti County, why change it?
There are also more moves made under the DFL trifecta in the past, mandating electronic tabulators, basically requiring continued use of them if they're used in a precinct before, meaning hand counts are nearly impossible now in some places. So critics of our election laws here in Minnesota have said the choice to use paper poll books might be one of the last truly impactful decisions about elections available for every local town supervisor, city council member, and county commissioner. And the vote in Isanti County also removed the use of this technology from 2 precincts as well. They've used them since 2018. Any blowback that you've received after making this decision, Alan?
I did have 2 poll workers from the city of Cambridge reach out to me and communicate their dissatisfaction with the way we voted on this. But that was it. Other than that, we've received numerous compliments on standing firm, keeping our courage to vote the way that the constituents thought was right, and really, I thought, earn the respect of our local government officials who are kind of at the front end of all this. And I think a lot of them have reached out to all 5 of us commissioners and expressing their gratitude for the way we handled this.
Imagine that. You're elected to represent your constituents and doing just that. Kind of refreshing to see as someone in your position. But it seems that transparency and accountability shouldn't be so controversial, I guess, in the end. But Alan Duff, thank you so much for joining me to talk about this very important topic.
You're absolutely welcome. Thank you, Liz.
That will do it for this episode of Liz Collin Reports. We'll see you next time.